Welcome back to the Sense Check Lab. We're so glad you're joining us today. Here we explore the facts, myths, and science behind the choices we make every day. Settle in and get ready for another deep dive where we put the latest trends and topics under the microscope. Let's make sense of it together. Today we're embarking on a deep dive into a practice that has truly permeated our modern culture. Meditation. You see it popping up everywhere, from apps on your phone promising instant calm to high-end wellness retreats, even being recommended by doctors sometimes.
Right, it's everywhere.
Exactly, and it's touted for everything from melting away stress to sharpening your focus, but is it really as profoundly helpful as people claim, or is there maybe a lot of hype masking a more, nuanced reality? That's our central question for this deep dive. Is meditation really helpful, or is it just hype?
And we've pulled together a fascinating stack of research for this one. We've got systematic reviews, even meta-analyses, which are, the gold standard of scientific evidence.
So really robust stuff.
Exactly. Our goal is to unpack what science actually says about meditation's benefits, maybe where some of the popular claims might be a bit overblown, and even some lesser-known potential downsides.
Right. Our mission today is really to cut through all that noise, distill the most important insights, and give you a clear, evidence-based understanding of this, ancient practice in our very modern world. So let's get started. It really feels like meditation is having a moment, doesn't it?
It certainly does.
Whether you've tried it yourself or you know someone who swears by it, for everything from sleeping better to staying calm under pressure, its presence is just, undeniable. What do the numbers tell us about its actual reach?
It absolutely is having a moment. And when we talk about meditation, we're generally referring to the habitual process of training your mind, to focus and redirect your thoughts.
Okay.
The aim is often to increase self-awareness, reduce stress, maybe develop greater concentration. And its popularity isn't just anecdotal, it's really backed by data. For example, in the U.S., roughly 15% of the population has reported trying meditation at some point.
15%. That's actually a pretty significant chunk of people engaging with this practice.
It is a substantial number.
It suggests a lot of people are curious, or maybe they're already experiencing something positive. So let's get into it. What exactly does the rigorous scientific research tell us about the actual measurable benefits of, incorporating meditation into your life?
Okay, so we have compelling evidence across several key areas. Perhaps the most well-supported benefit is in stress and anxiety reduction. Multiple high-quality studies consistently back meditation's role here.
Okay, stress and anxiety. Can you give us an example? How strong is that evidence, really?
Certainly. A comprehensive systematic review and meta-analysis. This is where they combine data from numerous randomized controlled trials, the best kind of study design.
Right, the gold standard.
That found that meditative therapies are genuinely effective in reducing anxiety symptoms. For instance, when compared to a control group, like people just waiting for treatment.
Yeah.
Those practicing meditations showed a clear and statistically significant reduction in their anxiety levels. This wasn't just a feeling, it was a measurable difference. It indicated that meditative therapies are more effective than simply doing nothing, or even, say, general relaxation techniques.
So the impact is quite distinct then. Does that hold true for more specific types of anxiety? The anxiety maybe students feel before a big exam?
Yes, actually it does. Another meta-analysis, this one published in Frontiers, specifically honed in on test anxiety.
Oh, interesting.
And it found that mindfulness-based interventions, or MBIs as they're called, demonstrated a moderate to large positive impact, basically significantly reducing test anxiety.
Wow.
And this effect was observed across diverse age groups, different intervention styles, involving over 1,200 participants from various countries. It really suggests that training your mind can make a difference when facing those high-pressure situations.
That's incredibly relevant for so many people listening, I bet. But it also raises maybe a deeper question. If meditation is so effective for anxiety symptoms, could it potentially stand up against traditional medical treatments, for diagnosed clinical anxiety disorders? That's a pretty big claim if it's true.
That's precisely the kind of critical question that good research is designed to answer. And there was a landmark randomized clinical trial published in JAMA Psychiatry that directly tackled this.
Okay.
It compared mindfulness-based stress reduction, or MBSR, that's a widely recognized meditation program, directly to escitalopram.
Which is a common antidepressant, right? Used for anxiety.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A common first-line pharmaceutical medication for anxiety disorders. The study involved 276 adults who had clinically diagnosed anxiety disorders, and, well, the findings were quite remarkable.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What did they find?
The study revealed that an 8-week MBSR treatment was non-inferior to escitalopram in reducing anxiety levels.
Non-inferior. What does that mean exactly in this context?
It means it wasn't statistically worse. Both groups showed remarkably comparable symptom reduction. So, using a standardized clinical measure of symptom severity, both groups saw very similar improvements.
Oh, wow.
This is a powerful finding because it suggests meditation can be a highly effective, non-pharmacological alternative for many people, potentially with fewer side effects than medication.
That's truly compelling. It offers a whole new dimension to how we might approach anxiety treatment. Okay, so beyond anxiety, what about our day-to-day emotional landscape? Does meditation help with things like mood and maybe emotional regulation?
Absolutely. That's another key area. Meditation can profoundly enhance your mood and your ability to regulate emotions. A 2015 study, for instance, observed that participants who completed even a single meditation exercise experienced fewer negative thoughts when viewing distressing images compared to a control group.
Just one session.
Yes. And the beauty of regular practice is that it gradually improves your self-awareness. It helps you recognize unhelpful thought patterns as they actually arise,
Ah, okay.
allowing you to sort of gently redirect them towards more constructive and positive ways of thinking. You can think of it as developing a kind of mental spot check system for your own internal dialogue.
That makes perfect intuitive sense. If you're more aware of what's happening in your mind, you gain a bit of distance, maybe some control. But does this mental training also extend to sharpening our cognitive tools, like our memory or ability to focus? Does it, I don't know, maybe even literally change our brains?
It appears so, yes. Meditation can indeed boost cognitive skills like attention and memory. One intriguing study found that even just 13 minutes of daily meditation enhanced attention and memory after only 8 weeks.
13 minutes a day, that's not very long.
No, it's not. It's a testament to the power of consistent, even brief practice. And perhaps surprisingly, it may also help mitigate age-related memory loss. There's a specific method called Kirtan Kriya.
Kirtan Kriya?
Yes, it's an ancient meditative practice combining chanting with specific finger motions. It has shown promise in improving performance on neuropsychological tests in older individuals experiencing memory decline.
So it's not just a feeling of being more focused. There might be actual physical changes in the brain supporting that. That's quite a revelation.
It truly is. Research examining brain scans of regular meditators has actually found increased thickness of the prefrontal cortex.
The planning part of the brain.
Exactly, the area vital for learning, planning, executive functions. They also observed increased gray matter in the hippocampus, which is our brain's memory center, compared to non-meditators.
Huh.
This suggests that meditation isn't just some fleeting mental exercise. It can, over time, literally reshape your brain structure, potentially enhancing those critical cognitive abilities.
It's remarkable to consider those tangible physical changes. How might someone start to, experience the effects of that in their daily life? And what about physical well-being? Things like sleep and pain management, those are huge areas for so many people.
Well, you might experience it as, say, a newfound clarity when you're working on a complex task, or perhaps quicker recall for names or information. Subtle at first, maybe. As for physical well-being, yes, meditation can significantly improve sleep. A 2014 study highlighted that mindfulness-based meditation programs improved insomnia severity and notably increased sleep duration.
How does it do that?
It seems to help quiet those racing thoughts that often keep us awake at night, and it fosters a deeper state of relaxation, making sleep simply more accessible.
Makes sense. And pain.
And for pain management, the research also points to tangible benefits. A 2017 review, which looked at 38 different studies, found that mindfulness meditation could reduce the perception of pain,
Reduce the perception. Okay.
improve overall quality of life, and also decrease depression symptoms in people living with chronic pain. And another large meta-analysis from 2014 also consistently linked meditation with decreased pain.
That's a powerful combination. It raises an important question, though. If it helps with pain, is it simply because people are relaxing? Or is something more profound happening in the brain that we're just beginning to understand?
That's an excellent question, and it's where the neuroscience really gets, well, fascinating. A groundbreaking study in the Journal of Neuroscience showed that mindfulness meditation reduced pain intensity and unpleasantness ratings more than both a placebo.
Right.
and even sham mindfulness meditation, like a fake version.
Okay, so it's not just placebo.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is crucial because it demonstrated that mindfulness-based pain relief involves distinct neural mechanisms. They're different from what you see with a simple placebo effect or just a general relaxation response. It suggests it's an active, cognitively engaging practice where the brain is actively modulating pain signals in unique ways. It's not just a mental trick. It seems to be a direct interaction with how your brain processes discomfort.
That really sets it apart from just, calming down. Are there any other surprising or maybe emerging benefits that the research has touched upon?
Yes, the research is truly expansive. For example, in the realm of addiction, the mental discipline and enhanced self-awareness developed through meditation may help individuals identify and break free from dependencies. How so? By increasing their awareness of triggers for addictive behaviors. One study specifically linked transcendental meditation with lower levels of stress, cravings, and even alcohol use.
Interesting.
Similarly, a mindfulness approach might also help with weight management by helping reduce emotional stress and instances of binge eating. It's about building a greater connection to your body's signals and your emotional state around food.
Okay, so mind-body connection there.
Precisely. And perhaps most surprisingly, there's early research suggesting mindfulness-based meditation may even play a role in cellular aging.
Cellular aging, how do they measure that?
It's measured by the length of telomeres. These are segments of DNA at the ends of our chromosomes that naturally shorten as we age. A Harvard University study comparing experienced loving-kindness meditators to non-meditators found longer telomeres in the meditators.
Wow, longer telomeres.
Yes, hinting at a potential biological impact that could, theoretically, slow the aging process at a cellular level. Still early days on that research, but very intriguing.
So it's about building this incredible mental resilience that can translate to a whole array of life challenges, from cravings to potentially even the very building blocks of ourselves. It's a compelling picture for sure. But as we explore these promising findings, it's also really important for us at the Sense Check Lab to approach this with a healthy dose of skepticism. Where do we need to be cautious about the claims surrounding meditation? Where's the hype?
This raises a critical point. Absolutely.
Right.
While many benefits are genuinely supported by science, the public hype often tends to vastly exaggerate what meditation can achieve. You'll frequently see medication marketed as the kind of cure-all for everything under the sun.
Yeah.
From financial woes to instantly fixing complex relationship issues.
Right, the magic bullet idea.
Exactly. However, the scientific evidence, while strong for certain areas like stress, generally shows moderate benefits. These benefits are often comparable to other established therapies or healthy lifestyle changes, like exercise, but they are certainly not miraculous. Any claim that meditation alone can solve all of life's problems simply isn't supported by robust scientific data.
So it's effective, but we shouldn't expect it to fix every single thing. What about the quality of the research itself? You mentioned meta-analyses, but are there methodological weaknesses sometimes that might lead to these overblown conclusions we see?
That's a crucial point to understand, yes. We do need to be aware of certain methodological limitations in some of the studies. For example, while that meta-analysis on test anxiety showed positive effects, the researchers themselves candidly noted a small number of studies that met their strict inclusion criteria, and also significant heterogeneity among those studies. That means there was a wide variation in how those studies were conducted, which makes it challenging to draw truly definitive conclusions that apply broadly. It even suggested the possibility of publication bias.
Meaning positive results get published more often.
Precisely. Meaning studies with positive results might be more likely to see the light of day than those showing no effect or negative effects. So we might not be getting the full, unbiased picture of all the research conducted.
Right. It's a bit like seeing only the winning lottery tickets, not all the ones that didn't win.
That's a good analogy. And another systematic review on anxiety, while deeming the overall study quality acceptable, pointed out that most studies did not provide the full information needed for quality assessment, or crucial details like the exact randomization procedures used. Details matter.
They do. They impact our confidence in the results. And here's a really important nuance. Many of these studies measured improvements in general anxiety symptoms rather than clinically diagnosed anxiety disorders.
Okay. That distinction again. Yes. This means that while meditation might help someone feel less generally anxious day to day, We can't definitively conclude from these specific studies that it's a primary treatment for diagnosed conditions like generalized anxiety disorder or panic disorder. Its role as a first-line treatment for those diagnosed conditions is still not firmly established across the board.
That's a really key distinction. It helps with the feeling of anxiety, maybe, but the evidence for treating a diagnosable disorder as a standalone therapy is still developing.
Precisely. And the review on meditation specifically for depression, for instance, highlighted methodologic deficiencies and trial heterogeneity, including things like the absence of well-matched control groups and a lack of large replication trials.
So hard to compare studies.
Exactly. These are significant limitations that make it difficult to compare findings directly across studies or to be entirely confident in how broadly the results apply to different people or contexts. We really need more carefully designed, larger-scale studies to solidify those conclusions for specific clinical conditions.
So while the benefits seem genuine, especially for general well-being, the enthusiasm sometimes outpaces the current scientific certainty, especially for clinical applications. Are there any potential downsides or limitations we should be aware of? It sounds so benign generally, but can there actually be negative effects for some people?
Absolutely. That's a really important aspect to cover. While meditation is generally very safe and beneficial for the vast majority of people, it's not entirely without potential pitfalls for a minority of individuals.
Okay.
Remember that JAMA psychiatry study we discussed earlier, comparing MBSR to escitalopram?
Yes, the non-inferiority one.
Right. While it showed MBSR was well tolerated overall, with fewer adverse events than the medication group, it still reported a crucial detail. 11% of participants in the MBSR group actually experienced increased anxiety.
11%, that's not insignificant. It's definitely not a one-size-fits-all solution then. And for some, it could actually make things feel worse. Why might that happen?
It's a really important point. And it serves as a reminder that deep introspection isn't always comfortable. It can sometimes bring difficult thoughts or feelings to the surface, especially if someone is already dealing with anxiety, trauma, or other underlying issues.
Right.
For some individuals, intensely focusing on internal experiences, particularly without proper guidance or support, can potentially trigger or worsen anxiety, or maybe lead to feelings of depersonalization or emotional discomfort. This really underscores the importance of choosing a suitable meditation style, maybe starting slowly, and considering professional guidance, especially if you have pre-existing mental health conditions.
Good advice.
And this leads directly to another crucial limitation. Meditation is not and should not be seen as a substitute for standard mental health care, particularly for serious conditions.
Right. It's not a replacement for therapy or medication if needed.
Exactly. The evidence for meditation as a primary standalone treatment for major mental health conditions like major depression, PTSD, or severe anxiety disorders is still considered weak or inconclusive by scientific consensus. While it can be a valuable adjunct therapy, meaning something used in addition to established treatments, it should not replace professional care from a doctor or a therapist.
So, helpful alongside treatment, but not instead of it.
Precisely. For instance, while one review we looked at noted that meditation appears promising for depression symptoms, it also emphasized that its role as a first-line treatment is not firmly established. The advice is always, consult with qualified professionals for serious mental health issues. Don't try to go it alone with just meditation if you're really struggling.
That distinction is so important. Meditation is a tool, maybe a powerful one, but it's not the entire medical kit. Okay, connecting all these dots now, from the fascinating brain changes and genuine benefits to the hype and the potential pitfalls, what's your overarching perspective? Where does meditation fit in our lives?
Well, when we connect all these dots, I think it becomes pretty clear that while meditation offers genuine and scientifically supported benefits, particularly in stress reduction, mood improvement, maybe cognitive function, it's just vital to maintain realistic expectations.
Manage the hype.
Exactly. The science paints a picture of its utility as a potentially powerful tool, but definitely not a miracle cure for every single ailment. The more nuanced findings, like its efficacy sometimes being comparable to established treatments, or the potential for adverse effects in a minority of individuals, really underscore the importance of having an evidence-based understanding rather than just buying into the widespread hype.
So, approach it thoughtfully.
Yes. This means approaching meditation as perhaps one valuable complementary component within a broader, more holistic strategy for your overall well-being, alongside other healthy habits and professional care when needed.
All right, makes sense. It's time for our Sense Check Lab verdict. What's the bottom line here for anyone listening who's wondering if they should embrace meditation or maybe approach it differently?
Okay, the bottom line. Meditation is genuinely helpful for many, many people, especially when it comes to reducing everyday stress, improving general mood, and supporting cognitive function like focus.
Oh,
It can be a truly valuable practice to incorporate, but
brilliant.
it's not a miracle cure or a universal fix for all of life's problems. That's where the hype comes in. The scientific evidence shows moderate benefits, often comparable to other established therapies or lifestyle changes. But the public enthusiasm definitely tends to exaggerate what meditation can actually achieve on its own.
Okay, that's the bottom line. Now, drilling down to what the evidence really says, what are the key takeaways you want people to remember from this deep dive?
Right, what the evidence really says. First, stress and anxiety. Meditation can reliably help reduce general stress and anxiety symptoms. This is one of the most robust findings, really well supported by high-quality scientific studies and meta-analyses.
Okay, solid ground there.
Yes. Second, mood and self-awareness. Regular meditation practice demonstrably improves mood and self-awareness for many, making it a solid tool for emotional well-being and helping you navigate challenging thoughts more effectively.
Good. What else?
Third, cognitive function. There are consistent, though often small to moderate, improvements seen in focus, attention, and other cognitive skills, particularly for those who practice consistently over time.
So, benefits there, but maybe not dramatic overnight changes.
Exactly. Fourth, and this is crucial, major mental health conditions. Meditation is not a substitute for professional care in cases of major depression, PTSD, or other serious mental health issues. While it can be a helpful addition to treatment, the evidence for it as a standalone primary treatment here is still weak or inconclusive.
Really important point.
Very. Fifth, brain changes. There's early, promising research suggesting meditation may literally change brain structure and function in positive ways,
Yeah.
but we definitely need more rigorous, long-term studies to fully confirm and understand these effects.
So watch this space.
All right. Sixth, universal solution. Meditation is simply not a universal fix. Claims that it can solve all problems, financial, relational, existential, are just not supported by the science.
Got it.
And finally, seventh, risks. While the vast majority of people benefit or have neutral experiences, a minority may experience adverse effects like increased anxiety or emotional discomfort, especially if practicing without proper guidance or if they have underlying vulnerabilities.
Okay, that's a comprehensive summary. So for you, our listeners, the key takeaway seems to be that meditation is indeed a potentially powerful tool for enhancing your well-being, but it's best approached with, well, realistic expectations.
Absolutely.
It can be a fantastic addition to your daily routine, offering genuine benefits for your mind and maybe even your body. But it's equally important to recognize its limitations and to always, always seek professional help for serious health concerns.
That's exactly right. Use the knowledge gained from this deep dive to make informed choices. Think about integrating practices like meditation into your life, but do it understanding its genuine benefits and also where its boundaries probably lie.
As we wrap up today's deep dive, maybe consider this thought. If a practice as seemingly simple as focusing your breath and just observing your thoughts can demonstrably reduce anxiety for many, improve focus, and perhaps even over time reshape your brain, what other seemingly simple choices in your daily life might be holding untapped potential for profound well-being? It really makes you wonder, doesn't it?
It does.
Thank you for joining us at the Sense Check Lab. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friends. We really appreciate your support and look forward to checking in with you next time for more thoughtful conversations and sense-making. Until then, take care.